Hey, what's up, YouTube? WizKid Gaming coming back at you. Had a 9-month break. I was playing some Elder Scrolls Online. I am now playing Battlefield 2042. This is my new project. I've been in the world of Battlefield 2042 for maybe 2 months, maybe a month and a half. Um, just giving it a shot here. I know it doesn't have the best track record. They have put out some updates. I know they're planning on some more updates here very soon. So we're giving it a shot. As you guys will see, I am level 43 right now. I'm not insanely high level just yet, so I don't have all the guns and all the attachments unlocked. But I'm going to give you guys a breakdown of the 5 loadouts I used. I believe are the 5 best loadouts there are right now. Again, I don't have all the guns yet, so this will change in the future. But I'm going to break down the 5 loadouts that I believe to be the best. So here we go. Up first, Pew Pew, stands for the PP29. Secondary I use is the M44. You guys are going to see with all the other loadouts, I use the M44 for all of them. The reason being is, sadly enough, there's only 3 secondaries in the game right now. Kind of ridiculous, but it is what it is. The M44 does a ridiculous amount of damage. Again, if you've already got damage on the target, the M44 is almost certainly going to be a one-shot to drop them. Whereas the MP28 and the G57, you're going to have to put 2, 3, 4 shots on the target before you drop them. That's just, in my mind, what makes the M44 so versatile or so valuable, is because, generally speaking, I've already done damage to them, run out of ammo, flip over to my sidearm, one shot the M44, they're down. Next up, the gadgets I run. You're going to see with my close range loadouts, I run the C5 explosive. My range loadouts, I run the rocket launcher, which we'll get into here shortly. And then my throwables, in all 5 classes, my throwable is the frag grenade. I just don't find the smoke grenade to be all that useful. The proxy sensor, I mean, they're very situational. EMP grenade, and the incendiary grenade. It's just nice to be able to chuck a grenade in there and then run in the room. You know, whatever you gotta do. Alright, so getting into the PP29, otherwise the Pew Pew 29. Here's what I have for my loadouts. For my sights, I run the K8 Hollow. This is an up-in-your-face gun. It's the only sight you need. Get it, run it, you're gonna love it. The ammunition I run is high power. This is the only ammunition you should run in the game. You should never run standard issue, you should never run subsonic. If high power is ever an option for you on any of your guns, you should be running high power. It is OP. Factory mounts, you can't have it on the PP29. And then for the barrel, I run the Arcom tactical muzzle brake, which reduces the vertical recoil just a little bit. The gun has a little bit of vertical recoil, it's not too bad. This basically eliminates it. If you're someone who likes to run with suppressors instead, by all means, slap a suppressor on there, dart around the field, just lighten people up. I'm not the biggest fan of suppressors. I prefer muzzle brakes, but yeah, so that's what I run. All right, that's my first loadout, the Pew Pew. Next one up I have is Nutshot. It is the SVK. This is probably the gun I had the most playtime with in the game because the SVK is so strong. For those of you guys who don't know, the SVK is a 2-shot kill, regardless of where you hit them, regardless at the range that you hit them from. You can be up blasting blowing them right in their chest, or you can be a mile away picking off snipers. Regardless of it, 2 shots, they're gone. The sidearm I use is the M44. The nice thing with the M44 coupled with the SVK is say you get 1 shot on the target with the SVK and you run out of ammo. Again, the SVK, you got 1 in the barrel and 5 in the mag. So you only got 6 shots with the SVK, so it's easier to run out, especially if you're freaking out, firing that gun as fast as you can. So you got 1 shot on them, you switch to M44, that 1 shot from the M44 is going to drop them. Just how it works out. I don't play the SVK nearly as close range as I play the PP29 or a couple of other guns you're going to see shortly. So I run the recoilless M5. Every once in a while, if I'm playing with some buddies, I'll run the insertion beacon, just to help position players better. Every once in a while, I'll run the med crates and the ammo crates, depending on what my buddies need. That's about it. Don't really run the prepare tool ever. C5 doesn't get run on the SVK. Armor, no. A lot of stuff doesn't run. The Soul Flame, if I had it, I think I would probably run on the SVK. You're so far away, you're gonna help, your buddy sight some of these vehicles in and take them out. If you've ever run a game with someone who's running the Soul Flame, it's super effective, because then the rest of your buddies run the M5, or excuse me, the recoilless M5, and it just knocks out vehicles, knocks out helicopters. I mean, you're just eliminating the enemy's vehicles. All right, so to break into the SVK itself and what I run for optics, I had the 1.5x for the close range stuff, the Bravo 3x for the mid range stuff, and the Raven 4x for when I'm taking out snipers and whatnot. The great thing about the SVK is you can use it at any range. It can be used close range. It's a 2-shot kill, so its time to kill isn't that bad. Or it can be used long range. Say you got some sniper up on a ridge, you switch to your 4x, and you start lighting them up. It works out really well. We're going to go into some other attachments that help with the Raven 4x as well to take out snipers here shortly. Again, in terms of ammo, you should run the high power that's available. One other piece of ammo that I will sometimes run is if vehicles are just, if the enemy team has so many vehicles on the field and no one's taking them out, and it falls to you to try and take them out, sometimes I'll switch the armor piercing rounds. I'll just start lighting up vehicles with the SVK. The thing with the SVK is where you aim is where the bullet's going to go. There isn't a whole lot of drop. It's very accurate, so you can just start lighting up vehicles with the armor piercing rounds. Moving on, for the factory attachments, I run the 40mm high explosive quite often. The reason I run this is if I ever need to clear rooms, this is what I'll light them up with. I'll shoot a shell into the room. If you get hit markers on people, they usually come running out of the room. If you're lucky enough and it just lands at their feet, it's a 1-shot kill and you're good to go. But it makes, and this is for people who have played this game quite a bit, you probably know how poor or how bad the camping in this game. There's a lot of camping in this game. So just launching these shells into, rooms across the battlefield to knock out these campers, it works really, really well. Moving on to the other attachments, I'll sometimes run for the factory attachment. I run sometimes the ADR bipod. About the only time I run this is if I'm running the Raven 4X and I'm trying to pick people off from long range, namely snipers, trying to eliminate snipers. I'll lay down with the bipod out and I'll throw on the 4X, and there's minimal recoil, minimal movement. It goes pop, pop, gone, and it makes it really easy to eliminate snipers with it. In terms of muzzle brake, I run the Champion muzzle brake on this gun. For those guys who have used this gun, it's got a pretty bad kick up and to the left. This eliminates a good bit of that, makes it much more manageable, so I enjoy it. I run the extended barrel when I'm running the 4X and the bipod. All three of them together, it just seems to work really well. They all complement each other. It makes it really easy to take out snipers. Again, close range setup and a long range setup all in one gun. It's hard to go wrong with the SVK. Alright, we're going to move on. Rambo. I run the PKP BP. I don't have a lot of play time with this gun yet, but it's fun. It mows people down and it never runs out of ammo. Sidearm M44. Gadget on this bad boy is a C5 explosive. For those of you guys who don't know, C5 explosive can use both offensively for taking out vehicles and defensively for holding strategic points. You lay this down in a doorway, someone comes right through that doorway, you pull the trigger on the C5 explosive, boom, you just shove them off to the moon. So it's really great for both defensive play and offensive play. And then I'll throw bars from the frag grenade. It's nice to just build a lob grenade in there sometimes. In terms of attachments for the PKP, again, I run the Cade Hollow. You can't go wrong with this attachment. It's just so clean, easy to see your targets, just enough zoom level, you're good to go. And then sometimes I feel a little feisty, I want to poke out people with the PKP, which you can do. I run the Ghost Hybrid, the 1.25 to 2.5X. It works fine. Those are the two sights I run on this bad boy. The ammo attachment is the only ammo attachment you're going to need in the game. It's the high power extended. It has 200 shots in the magazine. Generally speaking, you're not going to run out of ammo before you die, unless you're on a heck of a run. Then or you're just trigger happy, you're just holding down that trigger. If you do got to reload, it takes forever. So make sure you find cover. Make sure you're with some buddies. Just find somewhere safe, because you're gonna be in trouble if you're caught reloading. The rest of these aren't useful at all. You're not gonna run the standard issue. You're not gonna run the high power with only the 100 mag size when you have the option of the 200 mag size. It just doesn't make sense for the 100 mag size. The last one, armor piercing. You could run this if you're trying to get rid of vehicles. I don't have it unlocked. I will probably slot it once it is unlocked to help, get rid of these vehicles, because Battlefield's all about the vehicles. Factory mounts, there's nothing. It comes standard with that. You can't change it to anything else. And then the barrel, right now, I just have the standard barrel on it. When I do get to it, once it becomes unlocked, I will run the Arcom tactical muzzle brake. There is a little vertical recoil with this gun, so it'd be nice to eliminate that vertical recoil. But right now, I don't have it unlocked, so I just run the standard issue barrel, the factory barrel. That is the PKP. It's a fun gun to run. Next up, booyah! If anyone's run the M5A3 before, you know this is a laser beam. The recoil is hardly there. It's just a really all-around good gun. It's very balanced. Probably the most balanced gun in terms of the automatic rifles in this game. Because it has low recoil, you can pick people off from quite some distance away pretty easily. And up close, because it's just a nice fire rate and does decent amount of damage, it's competitive up close as well. It's just an all-around good gun. Again, the M44 for the secondary, the C5 explosive for the gadget, and the frag grenade for the throwable. To break into this gun for the sights, run the Fusion Hollow. Just 99% of the time. Ammo, again, high power. Surprise, surprise. That's what you should be running. I've given close combat a try. It's okay. It does less damage than high power. Again, there's a little less recoil with the close combat, but I'd rather have the damage. You want to knock people out. The name of this game is killing people as fast as possible, and so that's what the high power does for you. You're running a gun a lot with this gun. You're gonna be moving a lot. So run the BCG light grip. It increases your accuracy while moving, so you can keep running and gunning, keeps you in the fight. In terms of the barrel right now, I'm just using the long barrel. Again, you guys know I don't like the suppressors. There is a little bit of vertical recoil in this gun, but in my opinion, the recoil is minimal. I don't have a problem controlling the recoil in this gun, so I don't need a muzzle brake on this gun. And so I'm just running the extended barrel because that's about the only attachment I see to be effective on this gun. That is the M5A3. Again, it's good close range, mid range, just an all-around very balanced and good gun. Last up, crack shot, the AC42. It's a fun gun to play. We'll get into it here in just a second. Sidearm is the M44. Run the recoilless M5. Again, I don't play this super up close like I do with the PP29, the PKP, and the M5A3. That's why I don't run the C5 explosive or the recoilless M5. Every once in a while I'll run the insertion beacon with it, but yeah, the recoilless M5 is definitely where it's at. Throwable, run the frag grenade. Alright, to break into the AC42, optics I use, the Exo Smart 2X it's like almost meant for this gun. It gives you just enough sight when you aim down. It's just enough zoom to where you can still use it up close and you can use it far away. And if you really want to poke at people far away, you can run the Sean 2.5x. Beyond that, the sights, if you're going in like the 4x's, the effectiveness of the gun really diminishes because of the recoil. What makes this gun so great is it's a 3-round burst, and so you can put 1, 2, 3 shots on the target real quick. If you're using it at long range, the recoil kicks each successive shot up a little bit. So at that point, you're only really landing 1, maybe 2 shots on target from that far far away ranges. So it's not quite as effective. The ammo I use right now, unfortunately, standard issue. work my way to the high power. You should run high power if you have it available to you. It's the way to go. Factory mounts, I don't have much of anything unlocked right now. You still do kind of run and gauntlet with the AC-42 much more so than the SVK. So you can run the rattlesnake light grip if that is you. I'll probably end up running the 40mm high explosive. I just love the new tube. I love the versatility with it. You lob in shells into rooms, which clears out rooms. Get your kills really easily. If you got people laying on the flag, just throw a shell down range at them on the flag. You can get hit markers or a kill. If you get hit markers, if they hit the noob tube, you know what they're going to do? They're going to jump up and start running. The second they jump up and start running, pop, pop, they're gone. I mean, that's just... It just complements this style of play so well. And that style of play that I'm referring to is this range style of play with the AC-42, the SVK. They work so well together. Those are the underbarrel attachments that you should probably run. And then for the barrel attachments, I have the extended barrel right now. You can run the Warhawk compensator. It reduces vertical recoil because there is a little bit of vertical recoil with this this gun. A lot of people run the Type 4 heavy suppressor. Again, it suppresses all sound and makes it so that when you're shooting, you have no mini-map spotting. I mean, you don't appear on the enemy's mini-map when you're firing this gun. You know, if suppressors are your game, if you like that stealth play, go for it. Alright, so that breaks down the 5 loadouts that I use right now. There are a couple guns I don't have unlocked yet that I really want to play with, and that I think will probably make their way onto this list. At least one of them will, once they're available. So we'll go into that right now. First gun is the K30. It seems like everyone and their mother is running the K30. This thing is just so fast firing. I mean, if you look, it's got a rate of fire of 1,150 compared to the PP29, which has 650. So it's almost twice what the PP29 is. The K30 up close just melts people. It's such a strong gun. The other gun that I'm looking forward to playing with that I haven't had an opportunity to play with yet is the VCAR. I don't know what it's going to be like. I'm definitely interested to play with it once it does become available, but we'll see when that time comes. This concludes my list of the top 5 guns of Battlefield 2042 right now. We have a patch coming here pretty soon, and then Season 1 shortly after that. So this list is definitely going to change. If you would please hit that like button and subscribe. I intend to make videos 2-3 times a week for you guys moving forward. Again, I'm new to YouTube. This is something I've always wanted to do, so this is very exciting for me. Thanks. Peace.